Hi there, I just want to just do a quick video about my thoughts and opinions on this whole thing with AIG. Now, of course, I mean, hey, we're all pissed off. All of us are pissed off about it. But you know what? You have to think about the irony of it all. See, this is the irony with AIG. Now, everyone's mad, of course, about executive bonuses. You know, the very people that caused this problem with AIG and caused the company to collapse, you know, these are now the very same people that are rewarded with bailouts, and everyone's pissed, you know, and they have reason to be. But at the same time, people have to realize that it really is difficult for the government to do something due to the fact that these bonuses are actually under contract. When a lot of these executives were hired with AIG, it was in their contract that they are to receive bonuses annually, you know, regardless of performance. And that's the thing, you know. So that's why, you know, the government can't simply just say, you know, you're not getting your bonus, you know, because it's in a contract that these people are to receive bonuses. But see, this is the irony now because of it. If the government was to actually let AIG fail right from day one, and then AIG declares Chapter 11 bankruptcy, those contracts would have been thrown out the window, which means AIG wouldn't have been then obligated to pay these executives the bonuses. So, you know, all the people that are mad at AIG and all these high-paid executives, I mean, you should also be equally angry with the government. You know, because the irony is, if the government did not bail out AIG, the company would have been forced to declare bankruptcy, and then these contracts would have been ripped up and thrown out the window because they wouldn't have been valid once the company declares bankruptcy. But because the government saved AIG's ass and kept the company alive, they then in turn keep the contracts alive. And that's the problem. You see, you have to remember that. You have to be equally mad with the government. Because the government, if they would have let AIG fail right from the beginning, those contracts wouldn't have had to be fulfilled anymore. They would have been thrown out the window, and those executives would not have been entitled to those bonuses. But due to the fact that AIG was bailed out by the government with your tax dollars, you know, now those contracts are still alive because the company is still alive. So that, you know, so just think about that. That's the irony, you know. You got to be equally angry with your government because, you know, you have the government now coming in trying to be like the superhero. You know, what are you guys doing with, you know, giving out bonuses? That's absolutely disgusting. The government's all angry with them, but the government is equally at fault because if the government didn't bail them out, you know, those contracts would have been thrown out in the garbage. But because the government chose to bail them out, those contracts now stay alive because the company is alive. And that's the problem. You have to be equally angry with the government. Don't believe this rhetoric about the government trying to come in like a superhero to save the day against these evil executives getting these bonuses they don't deserve. Because the government is equally at fault. I mean, you know damn well when the government first gave the bailout money to AIG right from the beginning, you know damn well they knew about those contracts. You know, you got to be equally angry with the government. You know, that's the irony. You know, if they would have failed right from day one, those contracts would have been thrown out in the garbage. Anyway, that's my opinion on the whole big issue with AIG. You know, I'm just as pissed off as everyone else, but you know what? You gotta, for those of you that didn't know, it was actually in the contract. Now you know. And you also know the government's fault in all this as well. Like, you know, like what I just mentioned. So anyway, you know what? Be equally pissed off with the government, you know? It's not just, you know, AIG you should be mad at, it's the government. So anyway, that's my opinions, you know. Thanks for listening. If you have your own opinion, leave a comment, you know, post your own video, you know. I read all my comments. If you post a video, you know, I'll look at all of those. Anyway, that's how I feel. Have a good day.